in a Are you breaking the matrix? Your soul is trying to tell you something right now. Are you listening? The question lingers, a silent chime echoing in the often cluttered chambers of your mind. We speak not of the everyday static, the stress, the to-do lists, the shallow concerns of consensus reality, but of a deeper, insistent signal. A signal so profound, so ancient, that it often registers as a subtle pain, a chronic restlessness, or an inexplicable yearning for a place that no longer exists on any map of this three-dimensional world. What if that constant sense of restlessness, that feeling that you are actively breaking the rules of consensus reality, is not a glitch in your experience, but the very first sign of your profound awakening? The archives of time, compiled through the thousands of QHHT sessions conducted by Dolores, reveal a universal truth of incarnation. Upon entering this physical realm, every soul accepts a veil of forgetting. This veil serves a vital purpose. It ensures that we fully immerse ourselves in the lessons of duality, experiencing pain, joy, and choice without the distraction of our infinite memory. But the moment the soul decides the lessons of 3D density are nearing completion, or when it recognizes its pre-incarnation contract to assist with the great shift, it begins the process of self-remembering. This is where the friction begins. This friction manifests as a cognitive and energetic dissonance. The world you see, the linear time, the rigid hierarchies, the fear-based systems no longer fits with the higher vibrational truth your subconscious, the term Dolores used for the higher self, is radiating. You are, quite literally, breaking the rules of consensus reality. Most people will live their entire lives navigating this world within the boundaries set by the collective agreement, never questioning the framework. They accept the limitations of the body, the inevitability of aging, and the finality of death as absolute laws. But the awakening soul, the one that hears the subconscious whispering, begins to perceive these laws as mere suggestions, temporary energetic patterns that are losing their grip. The subconscious does not speak in audible words to the conscious mind. It uses the language of frequency and feeling. When it initiates the self-remembering protocol, it broadcasts 5 unmistakable signals or inconvenient truths into your current awareness to force a deeper exploration. These signals are often masked as symptoms of stress or alienation, yet they are the clear markers of ascension. The first signal is physical and visceral, the profound, sudden difficulty tolerating the low frequency of 3D Earth. For souls that have traveled from lighter, non-physical realms, the volunteers identified in Canon's work,
The sheer density of this reality is a shock. If you find yourself easily exhausted, overwhelmed by crowds, or sensitive to noise and negative media, if you feel a chronic, draining fatigue that sleep cannot touch, your higher vibrational essence is actively battling the gravitational pull of 3D life. This discomfort is not a flaw. It is the powerful reaction of a soul recognizing the stark vibrational mismatch. The second truth involves the distortion of your most fundamental measurement, time. As explored extensively in the Convoluted Universe series, time is not fixed. It is fluid, elastic, and non-linear. The awakening mind begins to perceive this truth directly. You experience time compression, where weeks vanish in a blink, or time expansion, where a single afternoon drags on eternally. This shift is the subconscious overriding the brain's 3D clock, giving you fleeting access to the eternal now, the state where past, present, and future coexist. Your soul is pulling you out of the linear treadmill. The third signal is a deep ethical cleanse, a powerful, sudden inability to tolerate dishonesty. Lies, small or large, feel physically unbearable, creating immediate energetic repulsion. The awakening soul is aligning with the core frequency of the new earth, which is built entirely on transparency and absolute truth. If you find yourself effortlessly shedding relationships, jobs, or even long-held beliefs that are rooted in illusion, it is your subconscious purging the lower frequencies. It is declaring, my reality will no longer be built on falsehood. The fourth signal provides profound relief, the fading of the fear of death. Through the thousands of sessions detailing the life between lives, the time spent in the spirit realm receiving counsel and choosing new contracts, the consciousness begins to internalize the undeniable knowledge of eternity. This quiet peace about mortality is the memory of the non-physical state seeping in. The fear that binds the 3D corrective loses its grip on you because your soul remembers the transition, the homecoming, and the absolute continuity of energy. Finally, the fifth signal is a challenge and a tool, the rapid speed up of manifestation. As your personal frequency rises, the delay between a focused thought and its material appearance shrinks. Both negative fears and positive intentions are popping into reality much faster. This is the universe responding to your activated creative power, confirming that you are operating closer to the level of the Creator. Most people will never tune into these 5 specific signals. They will rationalize the restlessness as anxiety, the time shifts as busyness, and the intuitive disgust with dishonesty as mere irritability. But you, standing at the precipice of this knowledge, have the chance to recognize this friction as resonance, and to understand that the chaotic feeling you carry is the sound of your magnificent multidimensional soul actively dismantling the veil. You might be one of them, a soul actively breaking the rules of this reality to remember its true, boundless purpose in the great shift.
Welcome to Awakening Archives. This is more than a destination. It is a point of resonance. We invite you to step with us into the quiet, sacred space where the veil of forgetting begins to lift, allowing the light of your true eternal self to shine through. This journey is one of recollection, not acquisition. The wisdom we explore here is not new. It is ancient, woven into the very fabric of your soul's existence, simply awaiting the right moment, this moment, to be remembered. This space functions as a mirror, reflecting the truths you already hold. When we discuss past lives, we are not merely engaging in history, we are examining the lessons, the karmic ties, and the energetic contracts that shape your current reality. The subconscious in QHHT consistently confirms that life is nonlinear and that the emotional challenges you face now are often the final stages of a soul contract forged long ago in the spirit realm. When we speak of the spirit realm, the place of counsel, choice, and review, described in between death and life, we are providing context for your eternal, non-physical nature. Understanding the spirit side eliminates the greatest fear of 3D existence, the fear of death. It replaces finality with transition, allowing you to live this life with clarity and purpose, freed from the illusion of a terminal ending. Our deepest focus is on the coming new Earth. The archives are clear. The planet is undergoing a profound vibrational shift, creating two distinct realities: the old Earth, 3D, fear-based, and the new Earth, 5D, love-based. You, the awakened soul, are the anchor and the architect of this transition. We explore the concepts of accelerated frequency, the dismantling of the old systems, and the imperative for unconditional love, all necessary steps to match the new Earth frequency. This involves releasing the density of judgment, fear, and toxic relationships. Your primary mission, as revealed by the SC, is not to save others, but to raise your own vibration high enough to step onto this new reality. If you feel this deep inner call, this powerful sense of recognition that what you are hearing is a forgotten fragment of your own cosmic history, you are ready to remember. Hit subscribe and the bell to ensure you never miss a cosmic truth. Let the awakening begin. This is the pivotal point in our journey. We are now prepared to look directly into the mirror of the archives and unveil the 5 powerful, undeniable signs that confirm your soul has entered an accelerated stage of awakening. These markers are not theoretical. They are sourced directly from the thousands of regression experiences recorded by Dolores Cannon, where the higher self, the subconscious SC, explicitly identified the criteria for souls undergoing the transition to the new earth frequency. If you recognize these signs in your current life, understand that your consciousness is no longer merely learning, it is actively shifting dimension. The first sign is often the most physical and disruptive, a sudden, radical shift in your health and body function, which can manifest in two seemingly contradictory ways. Inexplicable physical ailments. Many awakening souls report episodes of chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, digestive sensitivities, or even severe joint pain that traditional medicine cannot fully diagnose. The SC explains this as frequency sickness. Your physical body is a dense 3D container, and when your soul begins to rapidly raise its internal frequency to match the incoming 5D energy of the new earth, the vessel struggles to keep up. This friction manifests as physical pain or rapid energetic drainage. The spontaneous demand for purity, conversely. This awakening phase often triggers an automatic purge. You develop intense, visceral aversions to dense, low vibrational inputs, heavy meat, excessive alcohol, highly processed sugars, or pharmaceutical dependencies. The soul is guiding the body to lighten its load, understanding that the 5D frequency requires a cleaner, less dense vessel to anchor the energy. You may find yourself effortlessly transitioning to a lighter diet, not out of discipline, but because anything heavier feels repulsive. You are understanding the purpose behind this sudden change. Your body is being recalibrated to hold a higher light quotient. The physical discomfort is a temporary side effect of a permanent spiritual upgrade. The second sign is the uncontrollable pull toward hidden knowledge and esoteric concepts. This is not a passive interest, it is an obsession, a deep, urgent, and often solitary quest. You find yourself drawn with an undeniable force towards subjects like past life regression, the structure of the spirit side, galactic history, energy healing, and the mechanics of reality creation. Dolores Cannon's subjects repeatedly confirmed this phase. The conscious mind is desperately trying to catch up with the subconscious, which already holds this knowledge. This is the memory reassertion. Your soul is no longer content with surface-level beliefs. It is hungry to consume the archived wisdom of the universe, to piece together its own history and mission. The conventional answers of society and religion suddenly feel thin, hollow, and utterly unfulfilling. You are seeking the manual for reality that your higher self already possesses. This obsession is the intellectual engine driving your accelerated ascent. The third sign is the sudden and profound realization that the established systems of 3D Earth no longer hold any relevance or emotional hook for you. Politics, drama, and conflict. You find yourself emotionally detached from the relentless cycle of anger, judgment, and fear that dominates news and social media. You observe it with a neutral, almost scientific curiosity, but the drama can no longer hook your energy. The SC confirms that as your vibration rises, you become immune to the emotional contagions of the lower dimensional plane. The material race, the desire for conventional success, the pursuit of wealth, status, titles, or luxury possessions drains away. You understand through the eyes of the SC that these are merely temporary games played by the ego. You shift your value system from having to being, recognizing that your primary currency is unconditional love and knowledge, not material accumulation. This irrelevance is proof that your spirit is actively undistangling itself from the old earth matrix. You have effectively become an observer, no longer a participant in the lowest frequency aspects of duality. The fourth sign is the most powerful evidence of your heightened vibrational state. The acceleration of your manifestation feedback loop. The SC confirms that as a soul approaches the new earth frequency, the time delay between a focused thought, positive or negative, and its physical appearance shrinks dramatically. You are operating closer to the level of the Creator, and the universe is responding faster. This is the Creator's test. Instant karma. If you hold on to fear, doubt, or resentment, those conditions seem to materialize instantly. Rapid blessings. Conversely, if you focus with clarity and genuine joyful intent, your desire manifests with startling speed. You recognize that your reality is not random. It is a direct energetic mirror of your mental state. This accelerated feedback loop forces you into a state of masterful self-responsibility, demanding that you constantly monitor and purify your thoughts, lest you instantly create what you fear. This process is crucial for New Earth existence, where manifestation is immediate. The fifth, quietest, yet most profound sign is the vanishing of the fear of death. Through the QHHT subjects, Dolores Cannon repeatedly mapped the life between lives, the continuous existence of the soul in the spirit realm. When your conscious mind integrates this memory, the fundamental fear that underpins all 3D struggle collapses. You understand, not just intellectually, but with an inner knowing that your energy is eternal, non-physical, and non-terminating. Death becomes a mere transition, a shift of dimension. This loss of the ultimate fear frees a massive amount of psychic energy that was previously bound by anxiety and worry. You begin to live fully in the present, knowing that the ultimate safety of your being is guaranteed by the Source. These 5 signs are the internal evidence that the veil has thinned. They confirm that your soul has fully engaged its contract and is not just passively waiting for the shift, but is actively building the new earth frequency from the inside out. The corridors of consciousness.
remembering what was hidden. We begin our descent into the quiet chamber of the subconscious mind, the very stillness where Dolores Cannon dedicated decades of her life patiently decoding the intricate blueprint of the human journey. It is here, beyond the noise of the ego, that the first truth of awakening is unveiled. The awakened state is not a new discovery, but a reassertion of what was always eternally present. It is the deep, ancient knowing resurfacing from beneath the heavy cloak of incarnation. Your true self, the magnificent higher self, or the subconscious, as it was consistently labeled in the QHHT sessions, is an infinite reservoir of wisdom, holding the entirety of your soul's experiences across countless lifetimes. This part of you is tireless. It is perpetually communicating with the dense physical consciousness. Yet in the three-dimensional life, the infamous veil of forgetting is deliberately drawn thick, ensuring that the human personality fully engages in the necessary drama and lessons of duality. The signs we feel now, those whispers of change and discomfort, are simply the SC's powerful, loving attempt to push against that very veil. It is deliberately creating inconvenient truths within your current reality. Moments of friction, confusion, or sudden clarity to force a deeper, more necessary exploration. It is the soul, in its most urgent voice, reminding the conscious mind, we are more than this body. We have work to do, and the time for deep slumber is over. The convoluted landscape of reality. As this pressure mounts, the perception of the awakened soul inherently begins to shift. It understands that reality is not the simple linear progression we were taught in school. It is convoluted. A concept that became the anchor of Dolores Cannon's later work. The awakened consciousness stops seeing life as a straight line of cause and effect karma and begins to perceive it through the lens of multiple simultaneous realities and dimensional layering. This is the primary shift in frequency. This acceleration into multidimensional awareness often manifests in profound, unsettling ways, beginning with the very structure of your perception. You may find yourself experiencing time distortion. Sometimes hours fly by in a moment of intense focus or profound meditation. Other times, a simple hour drags eternally, stretched thin by an unexplainable density. The subconscious confirms that time as we know it is elastic, a managed illusion essential for sequential learning. An awakened mind, by vibrating at a higher frequency, is beginning to perceive this non-linearity directly, experiencing multiple moments simultaneously. Furthermore, the relationship between mind and body is redefined, moving from biology to pure frequency. Subjects in deep QHHT states frequently reported sudden, unexplainable healings, ailments that vanished the instant a profound realization was made or a karmic tie was recognized and resolved. The awakened soul inherently understands that the physical body is merely an energetic projection of the conscious mind. Therefore, healing is not a medical process. It is a profound frequency correction, a realignment of thought, intention, and energy. These distortions and instantaneous corrections serve as the undeniable energetic proofs that the rigid rules taught by the 3D world are simply not the true universal laws of existence. The 5 signposts of the active higher self. As the veil thins, the higher self becomes actively engaged, leaving behind 5 direct, experiential signposts in your daily life. First, there is the inability to lie. Your personal energetic field, now highly refined, can no longer tolerate even the smallest dishonesty in yourself or others. Any deviation of truth creates an immediate, physically painful sense of blockage or repulsion. The awakened soul resonates only with clarity and truth, recognizing that lying creates instant energetic density and interference. Second, the body initiates an automatic purge with a shift in diet and consumption. You develop a sudden, intense, and lasting aversion to heavy, dense foods, meat, refined sugars, or excessive alcohol. The physical vehicle, preparing to hold the higher light frequency necessary for the new earth, instinctively begins to purify itself. This cleansing is not forced discipline. It is an organic, spiritual necessity. Third, the greatest weight is lifted with the end of fear. Your inherent fear of death diminishes or vanishes entirely. Having accessed the memory of the life between lives, the continuous existence beyond the physical body, the conscious mind now holds the undeniable knowledge of eternity. There is no ultimate finality, only a transition, freeing vast amounts of psychic energy that were once bound by anxiety. Fourth, your perspective shifts into neutral with the loss of judgment. You observe others' struggles, their anger, prejudices, and limitations with an almost gentle, neutral compassion. You recognize that every soul is perfectly positioned to work through its chosen lessons and contracts. You have moved beyond the need to fix, condemn, or engage in the drama, allowing others the dignity of their own path. And fifth, and most critically, you experience a manifestation speed up. Your focused thoughts and intense intentions begin to materialize into your reality far more quickly than ever before, encompassing both the positive and the negative. This is the direct, unedited signal that your vibration is rising rapidly. You are operating closer to the level of the Creator, demanding complete and immediate responsibility for every ripple of your mental energy. These 5 signals confirm your accelerated ascent. Yet the ultimate and most profound shift is still to be revealed. Soon, we will uncover the rare, hidden sign that your awakened consciousness is not only ready for the new earth, but is actively building it right now. The final act of remembrance. The journey has led us through the shifting sands of perception, across the convoluted nature of reality, and through the undeniable signs manifesting in your body and mind. Now the pacing slows. We arrive at the apex of the wisdom housed within the complete Dolores canon archives, the most potent and often misunderstood truth revealed by the subconscious. The ultimate sign that your soul has fully awakened and is prepared for the next stage of evolution is the profound, quiet acceptance of separation. This concept is essential to grasp,
for it redefines your mission on the planet. It is not the dramatic act of leaving that marks your readiness. It is the internal decision to detach from the energetic frequency of the dense realities, the illusion of the 3D world. The acceptance we speak of is not a separation from love. It is a sifting, a spiritual and energetic delineation that honors the free will and chosen path of every individual soul. The subconscious repeatedly stressed that Earth is undergoing a vibrational bifurcation, an event where the planet's collective frequency is splitting into two distinct paths: the old Earth, 3D, the continuation of the dense karmic cycle governed by duality, fear, judgment, and struggle. Souls still invested in these specific lessons will remain anchored to this frequency. The new Earth, 5D, a lighter, ascended reality characterized by immediate manifestation, unity consciousness, unconditional love, and freedom from time's constraints. The awakened soul, especially those identified as volunteers, often struggles most fiercely with this final stage. The struggle stems from the deep ingrained human desire to save everyone. We look at loved ones, friends, and the collective suffering, and our heart aches with the desire to pull them across the energetic threshold into the lighter reality. The great revelation is that you cannot pull unwilling souls onto the new earth frequency with you. Every soul is a fragment of source and possesses absolute sovereignty over its own chosen timeline. To force a shift, to drag another across the line against their internal contract would be a violation of the highest universal law, the law of free will. Your true mission, therefore, is realized when you fully embrace this truth. Your service is not to teach, persuade, or even wait, but simply to hold the new frequency. This acceptance manifests in your daily life as a magnificent, liberating form of calm detachment. Think of the constant chaos of the old earth, the repetitive politics, the fear-based media narratives, the ceaseless economic struggle, the judgment and emotional drama. While before this final stage of awakening, these elements acted like energetic hooks, drawing your attention and crucially binding your high-frequency energy back into the lower collective field. Rage at injustice, despair over political corruption, or overwhelming sadness about human suffering, while rooted in compassion, are still low-frequency reactions that lock you into the 3D reality you seek to transcend. When the soul is truly prepared, these hooks lose their power. When you look upon the chaos of the old earth, the struggles, the fear, the limitations, you feel a sense of calm detachment rather than rage, despair, or the urge to frantically intervene. This detachment is the internal proof of your alignment. It is the realization that your most effective form of service is not engaging with the darkness, but embodying the light. The subconscious consistently taught that the only way to assist the planet's evolution is by raising your personal vibration to the point where the old Earth simply cannot access your energetic field. You are actively embodying the principle of the new Earth frequency right here, right now, wherever you stand. Your stabilized light provides a blueprint, a pathway, and a reference point for those who choose to shift later but does not exert force. It is essential to distinguish this acceptance from coldness or abandonment. This separation is, in fact, the highest form of unconditional love. Attachment says, I love you, and therefore I need you to be with me on the new earth, on my timeline, and in my preferred state of evolution. This is ego-driven, limiting, and fundamentally manipulative, even if driven by good intentions. Unconditional love says, I love you, and therefore I honor the perfection of your chosen path, even if that path keeps you anchored to the lessons of the old earth for a while longer. I hold the light for you without judgment or expectation. The awakened soul recognizes that every individual soul is on its perfect chosen path. Some souls have contracted to stay behind to assist others on the 3D timeline. Some have chosen the more arduous path of deep specific karma, and others, the volunteers, have chosen the rapid shift. To judge or interfere with these contracts is to question the wisdom of the source itself. Your greatest service, therefore, is to radiate the light and allow others the dignity of their own timeline. By staying detached from the emotional drama of the old earth, you preserve your energy, ensure your own successful transition, and paradoxically, you offer the purest, most stable light for others to follow if and when they choose. You become a lighthouse, not a tow rope. The acceptance of separation signifies the end of duality within your personal experience. You are no longer fighting the dark. You are simply being the light. This mastery is quiet. It involves releasing the narrative of the savior, the victim, or the martyr. It is the moment you realize that your physical location matters less than your internal frequency. You can be standing in the midst of global chaos, yet reside vibrationally on the new earth. This is the ultimate freedom provided by the Dolores Canon archives. You are freed from the burden of universal responsibility. You are returned to your own sovereign power. Your mission is you. By mastering your own thoughts, purifying your body, and radiating love without expectation, you fulfill the contract you chose before you were born. The profound acceptance of separation is the final breath of surrender before the final sovereignty is claimed. You have done the work. You have remembered the truth. Now you simply hold the frequency, ready for the final graceful transition. We have collectively walked through the corridors of memory, examining the internal evidence that your soul is not merely evolving, but is actively engaging the accelerated ascension protocol. The archives, the vast records channeled through the subconscious across thousands of Dolores Canon sessions, have delivered their truth. They confirm that the friction, the shifts, and the profound peace you feel are all undeniable markers of a consciousness ready for the new earth frequency. But the wisdom of the archives is not passive. It is a catalyst. It demands engagement, not just intellectual acknowledgement. The final crucial step in any spiritual awakening is the move from knowing to being, from hearing the truth to embodying it. The question the archives ask of you now is a profound act of self-sovereignty. Which of these 5 signs, the direct evidence of your higher self's activity, is most active in your life right now? This question is not posed to test you. It is designed to pinpoint the precise area where your energy is currently undergoing the most significant recalibration. By identifying and acknowledging this dominant sign, you are consciously aligning with the work your soul is already doing, thereby accelerating the process. You are giving permission for the transition to proceed with greater clarity and less internal resistance. Consider the 5 powerful signs we have decoded. 1. The inability to lie. Clarity and truth. Is your life currently undergoing a massive purge where dishonesty in yourself, your career, or your relationships has become physically intolerable? If so, your soul is prioritizing the necessary energetic purification required for 5D consciousness. You are actively choosing a foundation of absolute truth. 2. A shift in diet and consumption. Vessel purification. Is your body suddenly rejecting the heavy, dense foods and chemicals that you once tolerated? If this aversion is strong, your soul's current focus is on vessel preparation. It understands that the physical temple must be lighter and cleaner to anchor the heightened frequency of the new earth. 3. The end of fear. Eternal knowledge. Has the terror of mortality and the unknown significantly diminished, replaced by a deep, quiet certainty that you are eternal, non-physical energy? If this fear has dissolved, your consciousness has successfully integrated the memory of the life between lives, the spirit side. This frees massive amounts of psychic energy for creation and purpose. 4. The loss of judgment. Unconditional compassion. Do you observe the conflicts, shortcomings, and limitations of others with an almost neutral, detached compassion, recognizing the perfection of their chosen path? If so, you have mastered the crucial lesson of duality, moving beyond the need to fix or condemn, thereby embodying unconditional love. 5. Manifestation speed up. Creator responsibility. Are your thoughts and intentions, both desired and feared, materializing into your physical reality at an alarming, accelerated rate? If this is your dominant experience, your soul is demanding absolute mastery over your mental energy, confirming your proximity to the creation level of the universe. Your resonance is vital to this shared journey of remembrance. The resonance you feel when one of these signs strikes you is not a random feeling. It is the subconscious confirming its current focus through a burst of recognition. When you share that truth, when you comment below with the number of the sign that resonates deepest, you do 3 powerful things. 1. You ground the energy. You take an esoteric truth and anchor it firmly into your 3D reality through the act of vocalizing it or typing it. This commitment solidifies the shift. 2. You provide the blueprint. You offer confirmation and light to countless others who are experiencing the same phenomenon, but lack the vocabulary or assurance to name it. Your individual memory illuminates the collective path. 3. You engage the collective field. Every shared acknowledgement builds the energetic momentum of the awakened collective. We are not meant to awaken in isolation. We awaken together, and every conscious step taken reinforces the new earth frequency for all. If this deep dive into the hidden truths felt like coming home, if the knowledge resonated not as new information, but as the quiet recollection of a truth long held within your heart, then the journey must continue. The veil is thinner now than it has been in millennia. The information is flowing rapidly, not just through the archives of Dolores canon, but through a unified, worldwide network of awakening consciousness. To stay aligned with this acceleration, to continue the crucial work of remembrance and integration, you must commit to remaining in the flow of these higher truths. We are entering a phase where spiritual data is more critical than 3D data. You need the weekly transmissions, the poetic narratives, and the precise decoding of cosmic law to successfully navigate the chaos of the old earth while stabilizing yourself on the frequency of the new earth. The time for hesitation is over. The signal is clear. We invite you to join the growing community of souls who are actively choosing to embody the new earth. If this deep dive felt like coming home, subscribe for weekly transmissions and hit the bell to ensure you never miss a revelation about your soul's multidimensional journey. Your continued presence and conscious engagement are part of the grand design. Now, speak your truth. Which sign is most active in your life right now? We have reached the quiet close of this transmission. Yet this is not an ending. This is the moment where the wisdom transitions from being heard to being held. The journey through the archives, guided by the profound truths revealed in the deep hypnosis sessions of Dolores canon, was designed to ignite a remembrance, to activate the core of your being. Now, the final instructions are simple, yet they carry the weight of your entire mission. Keep holding the vision. Keep purifying the vessel, and keep your frequency high. Stay aware, stay awakened, and remember, you are the light you came here to be.